So for the 3 of you that caught my stream last night, we had a lot of fun. It started out on a very bad note because I played a really shitty game. But I don't know. It was a Valentine's Day stream, so I was looking for this pretty anime girls, and that's what we're gonna do. The first one I found, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was some weird fucking thing where it was just like a Unity-chan demo thing where you could change her hair color. You could also make her skin blue if you wanted to, and you could do things with her that like shitty mini games and things. It was very weird. So we gave up on that one. And then I think I may have tried something else. I forget what it was I tried. Oh shit, we better level up. I played like Piano Tiles, and then I was gonna play some other game, but it required permissions that I couldn't give it at the time. But then we landed on Shoujo City, which is one of my most favorite games now. And I'll probably be doing a lot more streams and videos with that because it's fucking great. But it gets better when I put money into it, and I don't have the money to put into it yet, so maybe I'm waiting. No, maybe I'll practice a bit on my own or something, or stream it. I don't know. But Chugs and I really enjoyed it. Chugs was there the whole time. Shout out to Chugs. Love you, man. Thanks. Because I was lonely. It was Valentine's Day, and nobody was there for me except for Chugs. So, yeah, more Shoujo City. The thing is, actually, about that one, I would love to make videos on it, but I also just want to play it so much that, like, and I feel like it lasts so long that what I want to do is just make streams, but make them streams that stay, you know? Because some streams, I don't like, I don't usually leave them up because I say a lot of personal things, and it's supposed to be like a personal, but you know, you cache it and it's there. But with this game, I want to play it for a very long time, you know? And I want to make videos on it, but I don't want to make really long videos because that fucking destroys my phone. So I might just make really long streams and just leave them up as videos because it's a really fun game to watch. Well, it's a very fun game to play, and I know the people that were there had a lot of fun watching it, and I assume that it's a fun game to watch. So yeah. Awesome. So yeah, some of that eventually. Yeah, I think I was gonna start some new anime today, but I didn't get around to it, because I was doing some other shit. Not important things. I don't know. I was indulging in one of my stranger hobbies, and I don't really know why, but one of the things I enjoy doing the most is reverse image searching and like finding the source of things, you know, because it's like this interesting sort of research kind of aspect to it. And it's just cool. I don't know, because there's like the internet is so vast, and to be able to dig into it and track something down, like, it's fun. So I mentioned this to somebody, or I just mentioned it in some chat because somebody was sending like low quality pictures, and I was like, I get you high quality, you know, reverse image search, and then boom, there's easy shit. And then I was just talking about how like that's the one thing, like I really enjoy doing that for some reason. And then somebody was like, hey, can you find like better source of this thing? It was a hentai. He just showed me some random picture, and then I went on this like 40-minute journey, like trying to track down the source of this thing, and then I found out like the name of it and a website where you can watch all of it, and it's great. It was so much fun. Well, it was just like at first. Yeah, there were a few loopholes, like holes I had to jump through, and hoops I had to jump through to get where I was going, because it was weird, because like I was just searching from a picture, and I could find like other examples of the picture, but then like the website was taken down or something weird happened, and then I found a clip. I found like a 15-second clip And then I found like collections of it, and it was all, none of it was labeled properly. It didn't tell me anything about it, but it seemed like it all came from the same thing. So I listened to the names spoken, and then I Googled all of the names spoken, and then I used Wikipedia, like the Wikipedia results that popped up to find the one that most seemed like the one that I was looking for, and then checked it, and then found it, and it's great. I don't know yet. I haven't watched it. I plan on it. I haven't sat down because it's like 6 episodes actually. Well, there's an anime and there's a hentai. There's like a 4-episode hentai, and then like 2 years later they did more. They did like a special 2-episode part. All dubbed, interestingly enough. All of the hentai is dubbed, but the anime wasn't. There was a 13-episode anime that I looked at. I don't even think it has any ecchi in it. I think it just takes the story and takes the porn out of it. I might watch that one too if I like the porn version. Because, I don't know, like, the stories seem pretty interesting. I don't know if I want to talk about this at all. If somebody's curious, then I guess I'll dive into what it is specifically I'm talking about. But yeah, so there's a show now. I was also gonna watch some food anime thing, because sometimes food anime is pretty good. Like, I was looking at new anime and I was like, hey, what the hell is this thing? It was like a food anime, and just like the synopsis was pretty interesting, and I was gonna watch that, but then I just got sidetracked talking to people and doing other shit. So gonna watch an episode of that maybe after this. I don't know, because I'm recording this at like 9 or something. I don't know, but yeah. Randomly got sidetracked there. Don't worry about it. I made macaroni today. That was, fun. I don't know. I was just like super hungry, and I was looking in the cabinet, and I was like, box of macaroni. Let's make some mac and cheese, And then like I started making mac and cheese, and then I was like, I eat a lot of pasta all the time, and I should do something more with this. And then I was like, I want to put meat in there. And I looked in the fridge, and I was like, we don't have any hot dogs or like beef or something. And then I was like, we got salami. And then I asked my chat, like, does salami work in mac and cheese? And people were like, yes. And I was like, should I fry it? And people were like, yes. So I fried some salami, threw it in some mac and cheese. It's pretty good. Probably put a bit too much milk in there. I think it was a little wet. It was a little wet. Probably not enough cheese. Too much milk. Salami worked out pretty well. I didn't use that much. But it worked out pretty well. So that was a fun little meal. I think there's a bowl in the fridge still, because I had some and gave some to my grandpa, and there's 3 servings, so now there's a bowl in the fridge. My mom didn't want any because she was in a hurry. Like, she popped in while I was making it, and then she was like, nope, gotta dip. So she just heated up a old slice of pizza, and then left with it. I don't like old pizza. I could have eaten that, but I don't like old pizza. I think it was also covered with a bunch of weird shit. I don't usually go for that. Sometimes. It depends. Not most of the time, though. I don't know. I think I can have some weird pizza flavors. Like, I'll have fun with it sometimes, but I don't like the everything. I don't know. Peppers I don't like very much on pizza. I think, or mushrooms. Mushrooms I don't like in general. They get mushrooms a lot too. I don't like when they get mushrooms on there. I don't know though. Black olives I really like, both on pizza and in general. I'll just eat just black olives because they're they're great. That's like the one thing my other sister and I have in common is like our food tastes. Like, so the sister that sort of kind of lives with us lives in the trailer on the property. So second youngest sister of my 4 sisters. I'm the youngest sibling in the family, and I have 4 sisters all older than me. The youngest of them I'm very close with, but don't live with. So I go on to ramble about my sisters and their food tastes or whatever without actually knowing very much about it, because it's not something I pay attention to. So that whole thing is super dumb, and I'm pretty glad that it doesn't exist anymore in the recording.
It doesn't exist at all, actually. The recording didn't work. Sometimes that happens. There's like 15 more minutes in this video, and honestly, I should just record a new one. But I've wanted to do an experiment in not doing something. There is still something visual to look at on the screen if it's what you want to do, but I'm not doing anything with it. And currently, I'm not even looking at it. I'm trying to find something else to look at. I'll look at my figure. I've got a figure of the Squid Girl, Ika Musume from Ika Musume. Squid Girl from Squid Girl. It's a Figma, so she's posable. She's got little arms and legs that can move around and things. She's in her box right now because I had her set up on my bookshelf in my old room, and then I was moving rooms, and I didn't want to lose any of her tiny parts, so I just put them all in the box and learned that I had lost one of her tiny parts. She comes with a little food bowl thing that she can like hold and serve or whatever, and I lost one of them. I think it was like soup or some shit. So that's gone. I also lost an entire figure, but that's not really an interesting feat because the figure itself was about 1.5 inches tall. Because I bought a super cheap figure of Claire of the Glass from Galaxy Express 999 because that was like one of my favorite episodes, one of my favorite characters. She's great, and apparently they'd made a figure of her. They've made multiple types of figures of her, and I kind of want to track down a different one, but I had bought one that was tiny little plastic thing, and it was great. One day, eventually, I want to like pay somebody who actually knows how to work with glass to make a proper sized figure, not a life sized figure, but at least I think they do like 1/7 scale. It's usually, but to make a figure of her, but literally made out of glass. I don't know how possible it is, but I mean, in the future, our innovations with glass will be better probably. I think people are working on that. People do glass sculptures, right? For sure. I don't know how interesting they are, but probably. I think you can like carve into glass, maybe. I have no idea how glass works. No clue. No clue at all. It's like sand. I don't know. See, that doesn't even make sense to me, honestly, because I never looked into fully how it works. It's just I know that glass has something to do with sand, Like it's just like, do you heat it up or something? It doesn't make sense to me because in my head, like when things heat up, they can melt, but I mean, there's melted glass, right? When you melt glass, so when you try to melt sand, it becomes glass. I don't know. Because I've seen melted glass before. That's how they do Prince Rupert's drop, right? Is they drop melted glass into water, and it becomes a Prince Rupert's drop. Those things are massively interesting. So it's this little teardrop shaped thing, and there's like a ball section at the bottom, and that thing is very, 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 very hard. People have done tests with it, literally bulletproof. It's this tiny little thing, and it can deflect bullets. But the tip of it, like if you imagine a teardrop or a raindrop or something, and it's got like a little tippy top part. Artist depictions of raindrops. I don't know if that's actually what raindrops look like. I think somebody did some sort of science or some shit, and figured it out. It's got a little tippy top. That part, very fragile, and as soon as that breaks, the whole thing just explodes into a fine powder, just disappears for good. Very interesting things. I've never seen them in person, but I've seen a handful of videos about them. Because they are really cool. Of course, named after Prince Rupert. Because whoever found them that was the prince at the time, something like that. I don't know. Not a history guy. Never really been one to remember names. Really, I've been talking for 4 minutes. Brilliant. All right, this is easy. This is easy shit. Checking is a bad sign because, I have to check because I don't want to talk past the video footage that I have, but then I could just record random video footage to throw in there. But like a picture of Tiger for just shits and giggles. I don't know. my hand was actually messing with things earlier because I just want to do things, and my mic is next to me, so I was like unplugging it and playing with the cords because I have to do something with my hands, or else I'm gonna go crazy because I'm just talking. I'm just talking. This mic is fantastic, by the way. It's very large, just metal thick. I could easily just damage some heads with that one. I remember I took it with me last time I went out with my sister because I knew I'd be recording, so I'd bring it with me. And I just had it in my pocket, and we went to the mall, and I was just like, "Hey, if we ever need to bludgeon anyone, I brought my mic." And she was like, "What?" And I just showed it to her, and I was just look at this thing. This will do some damage. And she's like, oh, "All right." We didn't bludgeon anyone, which is good. But I was just letting her know that we have the option if it's a thing. I also don't like that there's no sound. There's always sound when I do this thing. Well, there's no sound when there's Kumo or Shield, of course. Never really had any sort of backtrack for that thing. But I mean, I guess it's kind of an option. If I wanted to, I could have some sort of ambient noise thing. Well, no, I don't like that because, like, it wouldn't be dynamic at all, unless it was edited in post. It couldn't be a dynamic. I could just have something on just playing as part of, like, through my music player, and then just have that on in the background while I'm reading. But then it's like that specific thing is going to stay that specific thing. I can kind of control it a little bit from my watch, but that'll get super weird if it's like, if I just randomly stop the video and I'm like, wait, this is an intense moment, let me change it to the intense song and then resume. And maybe, that stuff could be edited around or something like that, but it's a lot of work and I don't care that much. Like, unless Mike decides to get bored as shit and start, editing these episodes and doing interesting things with them. I don't think he's uploaded any in like 4 days or something. I reminded him sort of this morning. I don't know if he actually like fully took it into consideration or not. I don't know. I'm really bad at actually telling people to do things. I like to just like subtly remind them or like passive aggressively mention it. So getting things done and organizing things I'm terrible at. That's just not a thing that I can do. Like I've been wanting to do a collab song thing with my friend, but it's just like I don't know how to even start with this. It's just no. It would be a lot of fun, and he's way down for it, but neither of us know what we're doing when it comes to actually getting something together to collab properly. I don't know. I think he's working on some things, like some voice acting things, which is good for him. Because he was doing some of that. He was doing fan dubs in the past, but he just randomly completely gave up on it, and now he's actually going for voice acting of fan dubs in slightly more professional things. So he was doing parodies by himself with his own weird, terrible, but funny scripts. Actually, sometimes it got pretty funny. They were very enjoyable, but he just lost his passion, and now he's just like, I don't know if he's getting paid, but he's working with people for large fan dub projects, I think. I really don't ask him too much about it, but he shared like a random script thing, like a picture of a script, and he was like, got some work to do. I was just like, good for you, man. He's like, this is good, great, awesome. I hope that he knows that if he needs help, I am here, because I'm not a professional voice actor, but I'm a fantastic critic. Which is, that's a little braggy, but completely true. Completely true. Because I have a really good ear, and I just, like, I understand all of it. had a history in theater, and, well, those who can't do teach. And I'm not... I know I'm not the best voice actor. I also don't get any practice. And he practices and has passion and puts effort into it. So eventually he will surpass me. but sometimes I like to think I'm better than him. I always like to think I'm better than him because I'm that kind of person. Uh, and he also likes to think he's better than me, so we're very competitive. Very competitive. He's a great dude, though. Uh, I I always avoid names. I just never mention anyone's names ever for almost no reason. Sometimes accidentally. Like the only way that I'll mention someone's name is if someone else said that person's name and I'm recounting what that person said. You know, if I'm telling a story about a conversation and then somebody else says something and then I just want to quote what they say, and if a name happens to come up, that'll be what happened. That's usually the situation in which I reveal a name. I'm trying to remember the first time I said my sister's name because that was somewhat like that. Actually brought it back to my sister, which is kind of where this started. That whole fucking topic was dumb as shit. I don't even remember what I talked about after that, but it was probably dumb as shit. Um, I don't even remember how much I covered on the Valentine's Day thing, but I'm pretty sure I got quite a bit into that on the first half. I think. I don't remember. um, I did mention this girl, actually. I need to put Attack and Defense Arcana into her because I need her to replace the other girl in my law team, maybe, because she's got 450 plus attack compared to 400 plus attack, but she doesn't have any defense buff. So it's weird. Like, I don't know if that's actually a better thing. I should really just put more attack and defense arcana into my law team just in general. I don't know. I think it's never been like decided that that was an absolutely permanent law team. So I was just like never like, yeah, I should put a bunch of attack and defense into them. But putting Arcana into a 450 plus attack made it is probably just a super good idea because that's a damn good buff. As well as a 400% with 100% defense. I'm trying to remember what happens in this video at this point and how close we are to the ending. I don't know. I could just end it here because we're at like 22 minutes, and that's where I go average. So maybe you won't see what happens to this Oruro. But, you know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna kill her. Take care of yourself.